time. We should start dressing like the creepy twins from
The Shining
at all times. We'll work on this.
I'll play with us.
Right though? But do come play with us. Hi, I'm Ethan.
I'm Emily.
And welcome back to What the Flock, our podcast about our yarn shop in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Yes.
We are not the bird shop in Australia, but we do like them.
Yeah.
We support them. Did you see that they have cute hats out?
No.
Yeah, they got like little get flocked like dad hats for all the
Nice.
bird dads. It's very cute. It's very cute. There's a bird shop in Australia also called Get Flocked. I think it's hilarious because every so often we receive somebody who's looking for them. And it's just, I find it so amusing for some reason. Anyway, not the point. We're here to talk to you all about what's going on in the shop this week. We have great new things. We've both been knitting up a storm. The good news is the podcast recording was delayed by a day, so we're both even farther than we were on our project.
Yes.
Boom, boom! It worked out. To anybody who was in the shop yesterday when we were attempting to record the podcast, we're sorry and we've changed. I was very hangry.
Did we lock the door?
Probably not. Oh well, we might have one or two interruptions today, but we're gonna roll with it. And if you come in from now on and we're recording, you're ending up on this podcast, so you just better prepare yourselves for that shop. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, we're ready to go. Let's do this, right?
Yes. Should we tell them about the usual spiel?
Oh yes, please subscribe. We would really appreciate it. It makes a big difference to us, and I am getting better at asking people and feeling better about asking people. Thank you, Amanda Palmer. So please help us out by subscribing below, and also follow us on all of the social media. Right now, I'm on an Instagram break due to ridiculous stress and exhaustion, but follow us everywhere, and we always have good fun things to tell you. And so we'll be right back with updates on what we're knitting, what's going on in the shop, and some great Christmas gifting ideas that we have recently restocked that are not going to last long based on what happened yesterday. So we'll be right back. So, Emily, what are you working on? Tell the people.
Wow.
Because it's fucking awesome.
It is awesome. I'm getting to the end. I'm working on my Tesselated vest by Andrea Mowry. I have finished the front.
And the back is going so fast.
Yeah. The back is going a bit slow because obviously it doesn't have the cutout from the neckline that the front does. So it's a bit more knit. I thought I was nearly done and then realised that I was not. But it's coming along. I've got about, where's my marker?
Oh, you are
got to do
ripping
8
through this,
inches,
though.
so I've probably got about 3 to go.
Yeah.
So
Or
yeah.
if you're getting it measured by a man, 1.
Yeah. Doesn't it go bigger if it's, no.
Man inches, 1 equals 3, trust me.
Okay. So yes, I have cast on my knit along, but I kind of neglected that because I was trying to get the other thing finished. And they both use the same needle size, which is a bit of a pain because I was hoping to finish this so I could use my needle set from them. But I've done the lace at the neck.
So pretty.
And I'm just on the short rows.
And you're doing this in Kiwi-Yarn-a sock, the high twist sock?
Yes, the high twist. And
in
then,
teal?
Yes.
Perfect.
Which I don't think we have. We have in the DK at the moment, but not in the
No,
twist.
honestly, the Kiwi-Yarn-a, the amazing thing is Rebecca does keep us really well stocked, but we
Yes.
do burn through it.
Yes.
I think people eat it.
Yeah.
That's my current theory. Although I do keep seeing all the finished objects that all of you make, so I know you're actually knitting with it, but yeah.
Yeah. And then, so I'm going to be using Dear Diary for the flowers in my Alpine Bloom, which is basically this. So
You're building a capsule wardrobe, and we couldn't be more thrilled about it. A maximalist capsule wardrobe.
Yes.
Capsule wardrobes, plural.
Yes.
Capsules wardrobe? No. Like cul-de-sac. Because that is, just for the record, the plural of cul-de-sac is cul-de-sac.
But why do you need a plural of cul-de-sac?
Because what if you live in a subdivision with multiple cul-de-sac? That's right.
Okay.
You're welcome, everyone.
So yes, there's those, and then I've also just been working on a little swatch for the shop.
Yes, which
so
I am
if you-
very excited about.
Yeah.
I probably should have knit this swatch because I also need to do a design in this yarn, but oh boy. That's okay. I know what I'm gonna make in it, and it's actually kind of funny because it was inspired by a pullover by a friend that I'm gonna turn into a cardigan pattern, and then possibly try to convince her into a co-release. We'll find out.
Should we tell them about this yarn now, or do we want to circle back?
Oh, I think we should circle back and give it its own special starring time, because we also need to show them all the amazing things they can pair it with and shop, which I have a couple of options here already.
Okay.
But yes, so that is amazing. And you have actually done the Lord's work getting your knitting done and needles cleared and hooks cleared, because you were really productive during Flocktober, which I think we should make sure to celebrate and tell the people about.
Yeah, I also did the strip KAL.
Yeah.
And I finished my crochet jumper.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Yeah, and dare I
most of this
ask, and this is not an attack, it's a genuine question. How is our Amber O'Brien shawl?
She's languishing a little bit, waiting for me to.
No, hey.
I've kind of been focusing on these things and just pick that up in between.
Yeah, well, because it's a nice pick up and put down project.
Yeah.
And you're also kind of adapting to new glasses and other things.
Yes.
So you've got a little bit of additional knitting things happening in the sidelines right now, right?
Yes, yeah.
Amazing. So my Bibliophile 3 is on semi-permanent hiatus. I might actually frog it. Yeah, I know. It's not
won't match baby.
I know it's not the look. Honestly, it's just not bringing me the joy of the knitting at the moment. I think I'm just kind of top down out right now, which is absolutely fine. There's no wrong way to knit your jumpers. If you want to knit them bottom up and seamed, that's great. You want to knit them top down and seamed, I guess also great. You want to knit them top down in the round, we're here to support you and help you with all of that. But for me, Ethan, who is actually a human being with needs, I need to give myself some slack here and take a break from the top-down knitting. So next year, I don't think I'm going to do any. And I've recruited the wonderful Mary to keep me honest about this and hold me to that. And
is there like a fine system I've heard tell of?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be Mary's disappointment in my actions. And, you know, most people in their lives are lucky and have a mother. Some people are not, and that must be really difficult for them. And we should always make extra room in our hearts for those people. But I'm extra lucky.
You've got like 10 mothers.
Because I've got like 10 fucking mothers, and there's no escape from them. I think the main reason that my biological mother, Diane, who lives in Canada, is not as concerned about me is because she knows that my collection of other mothers are here making sure that like I am on the straight and narrow. And I could not be more grateful for it. Being surrounded by such a wonderful community is great. So I am working on, and I'm gonna try to position this quite interestingly. I'm working on my mystery knit along. And so this is my slip stitch section, and I have just started the dip stitch section. There was a lot of complaining from Ethan about the way that the pickup rows were written. And I thought that I had reached what could only be the worst way that he had written instructions for this pattern, and that it couldn't get any worse. And then I got to the dip stitch instructions. Stephen, girl, what are you doing? I love you, but what are you doing? Let's talk about written instructions and how they work. Anyway, I caved this morning and finally watched the video and was like, oh, that's what you wanted me to do. So the dip stitches are suddenly happening. I feel like it's a combination where it's going to be really tedious while you're doing the working rows of the dip stitches, and then the rest of it's just stockinette, so it won't be too bad. So anyway, I'm kind of enjoying making the dip stitches. I think it's just a nice change. I've been doing so much plain stockinette, and now that I'm really enjoying this project again, I am just really excited to get it done, and I can't wait to wear it. There will probably be no finished object photos of this particular one, or I might do a very tasteful, thoughtful one. I have the original Clue center square. I reversed my colors by accident because I followed the color order from the swatch, not the color order from the video. No, it technically is the one from the written pattern. It's just not how he said it on the video, which is quite confusing. So, because I don't watch any of the videos and I don't go online, I was done 3 whole sections of my center square before I found out about anything. So I just finished mine as is. That was our rule here in this knit group, and we are just respecting Stephen's wishes, as he is the designer and has done a really good job managing a difficult situation. I'm so proud of how he acted during that. And so I will just not be publicizing my center square, which I think is an appropriate middle ground, and sometimes choosing a middle ground, a medium place, if you will, is the right way to go. So that's what we're doing. I'm super excited. It's really fun knitting now that I'm knitting it again. I also have a Koyo hat on the go. And by the time I got home last night, I literally just couldn't bring myself to knit anymore. I was so tired. And I couldn't knit this at knit night because by the time she sees this, she will already have it. But I'm knitting BB a Koyo hat for her birthday. And my friend BB, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is Plump. I'm using Midsummer and Bellecourt, and I have intentionally left some Midsummer and Bellecourt sitting over there for all of y'all.
Bellecourt or Verba?
Oh, sorry, I'm using Verba Volant. Oh, thank God Emily was here. I'm using Midsummer and Verba Volant. You are going to want to make one of these. It is so much fun. So I'm doing the brioche stitch version. And while I talk to you about it, I'm gonna show you why I think this is actually so much fun and why everyone should make it. So I'm gonna finish a row right now, and then I'm gonna start another row. And I just want you all watching from home, thank God none of you are here right now, although we do miss it and we are gonna be scheduling some live recordings, so keep your eyes peeled for that. This is about how long it takes, and I haven't knit this yesterday at all. So this is roughly the length of one round. And I'm gonna tell you, it goes crazy quick, especially after the fingering weight of palooza that is what I'm wearing, because I finished my Elton, that's right.
Yes.
World's least subtle reveal. And I am, as people have been asking, as nude as I promised underneath it. Stay tuned for the closing video shot of me slowly taking it off. No.
It's your eyes.
I think that's for a different, website subscription. Follow us on OnlyFans. No, we're not there yet, but I mean, keep your eyes out. It'll be Emily sorting buttons and me sensuously taking off knitwear, and that'll be it. $10.99 a month.
Just for sorting buttons.
Right?
Like,
can we talk about your buttons for this as well? You are the button I have like a very particular button thing. I do quite, as Emily apparently caught on to very quickly, I like glass buttons, which is like the riskiest button decision known to mankind. But I like to live dangerously because I like small, lightweight buttons, and glass buttons are relatively lightweight to their size, which I love about them. Emily had these somewhere, and they are literally exactly, like to the pattern cut into them, what I was looking for. And I have to admit, the top button is different, but I actually like the contrast of the different top button.
because it's like right next to the other one. It's
yeah.
kind of, yeah.
It's really pretty. This cardigan is so comfortable. The armhole size was not sufficient for my arm. I would advise people that you should most likely double check from the neck edge to the top of where your sleeve is gonna sit, measure that distance because it will be noted in the pattern, hopefully. And if it's not noted, you're just gonna use 50% of whatever the bust measurement is minus the neck hole, okay? So take the whole garment, subtract the neck opening from it, and then use 50% of that measurement to measure down your arm to figure out where the sleeve is gonna sit, okie dokie? Once you've got that information, measure that circumference and just check it against the size in the pattern. I would have been nearly 8 inches short of arm circumference. So I'm really glad that I made that modification. All I did, so that you know this at home, is I knit the back to 7 inches and the front to 7 inches. I always work in inches, I'm sorry. And then I joined and knit the rest of the body. And I knit an additional, I can't believe this, but I think I knit an additional 8 inches in length to make it the right length for me. And I don't have a particularly long torso. I will as well admit that I only blocked this to 24 stitches to 10 centimeters. So a more standard fingering weight gauge than the recommended 20 stitches. I tested it on a swatch, which I actually knit after I knit the rest of the garment, honestly. And I looked at it and I just wasn't happy with the fabric. And that's me, that's not you. So you should do what you want. And remember, Pokey often cuts things with lots of ease. That doesn't mean you want that much ease. So I took 20 centimeters of ease out of this and I'm thrilled with the final result. I love the shape, I love how it looks. I also have knit a lot of drop shoulder things, so I know what circumference I want and I know what modifications to make. My recommendation for everybody here, just to be clear, is if it's the first time that you're knitting a pattern, you should consider knitting it exactly to pattern and seeing how it works out for your body. But genuinely, pay attention as you go to the moments where we can double check how things may fit in the final garment. So something I hear about a lot is when we're talking about constructing things from the bottom up, people are concerned about lengths, which is valid, but we can actually measure ourselves more accurately than we think. And I'm gonna be doing a video about how to measure ourselves for knitting. Fun fact, it involves a clothespin. Number 2, what measurements we actually need to double check against patterns. And some patterns, most patterns, will not have, not because they are bad patterns, but because those measurements will be very difficult to express on a schematic. They won't have all the measurements you necessarily need. So we're gonna talk about how to fill in those gaps as part of my new class that is coming up, which is gonna be a series of recommendations and case studies on the Flock Online, which is called Finish Like a Pro. And I started this class a while ago, started building it, and realized that this is going to be one of my most ambitious classes that I've ever come up with, and the start of a new era of class content for me as a knitter. I've been really inspired for a number of years by couture sewing teacher Suzanne. I love her. I think her work is really, really brilliant. And I think I can bring a couture approach, as in couture is a method of expressing control over the final outcome of a garment, okay? Not as in, I think you should go out and buy Dolce & Gabbana, although if you do, our address here is Unit 2, 225 High Street, and I would like a pair of the velvet trousers from the Fall/Winter 2023 collection. I'm roughly a 32-inch waist, and if you could get them unhemmed at a 36-inch length, that would be perfect. Okay, great. Now, all of that said, with all those interruptions, that's how long a row takes. So honestly, you can do a round in about a minute and a half, and I intend to finish pumping this hat out tonight while I sit and watch Sabrina and drink sparkling water, because that's my lifestyle.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've added the Sabrina soundtrack to the playlist.
Yes.
It was like my favorite when I was young.
I support that completely.
There's Backstreet Boys, there's Five, there's Britney,
oh my God.
There's
Let's get into it, everyone. Let's get into it.
Spice Girls.
I've been listening to some real random stuff in the shop. I don't know if you noticed that someone added a bunch of Brian Eno to the music library. So there's been a lot of music for airports being played in the shop, and I think it makes a very creepy vibe, and I need to stop doing it. Brian Eno's ambient techno in the background is maybe not the best vibe for a fun, uplifting retail experience. So we're gonna revise Ethan being allowed to be in charge of the stereo. I think I actually should stop because I vacillate between like esoteric classical and death metal, and that's not great. So we'll be right back. We're working away on these projects. We're going to tell you about some new fun things in the shop and a quick reminder of all the things that we have coming up. Let's do this. So we have fun things on the horizon. No, you keep knitting for a little bit. I'll talk to them about the Plump situation because I've got the Koyo hat, and that's an Ethan situation. So my Plump off hat is actually being photographed today, come hell or high water. Thank you, Jess. And so we are starting to get a little low in light on Plump, but there is a Plump knit along running right now. And in order for us to stock more Plump, we need to sell this Plump. So we are going to be putting up, hopefully on the next little bit, some great additional pattern suggestions. We've already given you a bunch, but the Plump off hat will be coming. And I've made an executive decision that the Plump off hat is actually going to be free with purchase of yarn from us. Any 2 skeins of Plump and possibly the KAL as well, for the next couple of weeks. So you will get a free pattern that you can knit your Plump with, because I think a big part of the thing is pattern selection for bulky yarns can be really challenging. So to ease that for you, we're going to be providing you with a great pattern that you can jump right in on. It starts with a tubular cast on into a beautiful 1x1 rib knit. It doesn't take very long to make. I knit mine in less than 4 hours. And then at the end, you'll have about a half a skein of yarn left over to make a very reasonable pom-pom that no one will judge you for. I'm traumatized, everyone. Traumatized. So some great pairings that I think would be really good also as a Koyo hat that you could then do as stripes and a Plump off hat, although it would make more ends to weave in, but it could make a really cool pom-pom at the end. Again, no one will judge you. Is this double combo here. So this is Miss Me and Echo. Echo, I think it's really sexy. It is not me, but that doesn't matter because I'm getting better at seeing colors that go together that aren't for Ethan. It turns out that's an option. Echo, Echo, and Miss Me. In a more Ethan vein, but if you're taking it to a slightly moodier place, Vibe Check, the most sedate color, and Sex on the Beach, the other most sedate color that they make, right? Just lean into the crazy, y'all. Make a super bright Koyo hat for that friend who's always like, I only wear black.
Yeah.
Please. And then make them wear it because I want to see their face in a picture. But you have something exciting in your hands.
Yes.
And I have something we can put with that. And you have other things we can put with that. So, Emily, how is Renew?
It is lovely. It's really soft.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah, so this is Renew, our DK weight recycled yarn.
Yes.
We have it in 2 colorways now. Confusingly, one is just called Shade 5. We didn't have much imagination on that one. And this is the new one, which is called Storm
Cloud.
So yeah, it's really fun.
It's beautiful.
It's kind of, would you call it like a marl of color-wise, or like a?
No, I would say it has a tweed effect. So if you're
yes.
somebody who's really into Jamison's of Smith with that tweeded heathered look, which is made from recarding bits of different colors together to make richer, rounder colors, that's how this is made as well.
Yeah.
So this is a 4-ply construction, so 4-strand construction on a DK or 8-ply weight. Yikes.
And it's woolen spun.
It is woolen spun, and it's interchangeable with Aspen, which is also from our wonderful friends at Wild Earth. So I can hold some of these if you want to pass me a ball. And what we love about it is what it does is it gives you a base color that will make fantastic cables, color work, and texture. And it also expands the Aspen range. So now that we have a light contrast, also a base contrast that you can use, Aspen is now opened up as a full-featured color work yarn. And because this exists in a DK weight, and there's so many great DK/worsted patterns for this, and because it's woolen spun, you'll be able to make tons and tons of things. And we're really excited to bring this to you. So this is something that we have been talking to our very good friends at Wild Earth about for quite a while. They've been making a recycled yarn product pretty much since they opened, from what I understand. But as what they have done has risen in complexity and quality, in my opinion, their recycled yarn has also risen. And we wanted to work with them to really bring the fullest version of this to all of you. So each batch will have subtle color variations that are more heavily skewed towards one color or the rest.
This one's a tiny bit darker than Shade 5.
This one is darker than Shade 5, and it does provide that rich, beautiful contrast. And I really think that this would be a great option to add to these colors for a Douglas cardigan by Andrea Mowry. It's so easy to recommend Andrea Mowry patterns to people. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. She does make it really easy for yarn shops. And so if it sounds like we talk about her quite a bit, it's because honestly, she makes things that people want to knit. And
she has something for everyone.
She does have something for everyone. She makes men's patterns and children's patterns and women's patterns. And so it comes up a lot. The other thing that this would be absolutely smashing in is a folk story by our other favorite that we like to bang on about, Alicia Plummer. And
Weekender.
A Weekender by Andrea. And honestly, I am really excited to knit a new Timberline in Renew. That's my plan. I think that this gray color will actually do really well in my wardrobe, and I love Timberline by Jared Flood. It is the 3rd jumper/cardigan that I ever knit. And it's very reasonable, especially as a 3rd project. It was very sane and normal to take that on. So that's that. Renew is here, and we're gonna be doing lots and lots of promotion for it heading into Christmas and other things. It's at an excellent, amazing price point of $9.50. It's soft, it's light, it's durable. You're going to love it, and I can't wait to see what you guys make with it. Now,
I also think it would make really cool baby blankets.
It would. It really would.
There's a Lisa F1, I think it's called the Sweetheart.
The other thing that it would do really well with is pairing it with some Spincycle, which would make an absolutely smashing and dynamic look to me. So that is that stuff, which is incredible. We also have a bunch of new socks in. So let's do a quick roundup of the socks, quick roundup of these guys, and then we've got to open the shop, and I have to leave.
These are like my babies, honestly. I love picking these. They just make me laugh, and I like seeing other people enjoy them.
I'm so glad.
So I got a few more men's socks this time, which are slightly larger. They're 7 to 12. So I almost died, but it was just a cold, which I know a lot of people man flu. I'm old, fuck you.
Great.
You know, just a subtle message. Fuck off, I'm gaming.
Essential.
I'm not sure if we still got them, but we had fuck off, I'm reading, and I felt like we needed to
Both. Yeah. We want to include everyone.
I heard you and I don't care.
I like these socks.
There's quite a few that are good for teenagers as well.
Yeah.
Like they're a vibe.
This one especially.
With all due respect, no. And this one. Best actor in a drama.
Amazing.
Of their own creation.
Last and not least, and we're specifically targeting several people that we know, Rebecca has come in hot with some more sexy fucking DK weight yarn. Rebecca from Kiwi-Yarn-a, we love you.
I really love
this. This is burnt gold. I don't even like this color and I want to buy it. And this guy here is summer camping. And so if you don't want to miss out on these and more, go check out our website. Last but not least, we do have 2 knit-alongs running right now. One for Alpine Bloom, one for You Rock. I might actually cast on next week. We'll find out. Emily and I might actually be working on these knit-alongs at the same time. We'll find out. And apart from that, if you have any questions or need help with your knitting, please come find us at either getflockedknitting@gmail.com, or for a taste of the ultimate knitting experience, come and join us on the Flock Online, where you'll find us and all of our friends having the best time.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see you later. Links and everything are down below. Thank you for watching till the end. If you're still here, we really appreciate you. Please share this far and wide. The more people who subscribe, the more we can do. All right, bye-bye.